Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Pi Academy, the place for mathematics and science. Dear students, in the last class, we were discussing the chapter matter in our surroundings, right? And the last concept that we had finished was it is interconversion of different states of matter. And also we have come across the processes that are involved in the conversion of the matter from one state to another state. After that, we started discussing about another important concept called hidden heat. What is the scientific name given for this hidden heat?
Latent heat.
Latent heat, right? And we define this latent heat as the amount of heat required to change the physical state of a substance of 1 kg from one state to another state without increasing its temperature, right? This is called latent heat. Hope that you have written the definition as well.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We all know that we have come across the terms that are involved in the latent heat. So please don't go for writing, just keep observing. Terms, physical quantities involved in the latent heat. They are, one is heat, second one is mass, third one is temperature. And we know that latent heat is nothing but the quantity of heat required for changing the state of a matter from one state to another state without increasing the temperature. When it is during the conversion, the temperature remains constant. Hence, we will go for taking these two physical quantities. One is heat and second one is mass. Using these two physical quantities, we can write the formula to find out latent heat. It is latent heat. Latent heat. This is equal to, it is quantity of heat. Quantity of heat divided by mass of a substance. Here we are dividing the quantity of heat divided by mass of the substance because we will calculate the amount of heat required for the conversion for every unit mass. That is why we are going to divide this by mass. Now, latent heat is denoted by the symbol called L. Quantity of heat is denoted by the symbol Q, and mass is denoted by the symbol
Kilogram.
Yum.
Yes, it is M. Correct. This is the formula used to find out latent heat. Then even we know the SI unit. SI unit of latent heat can be found out by using this formula. It is SI unit of heat is joule. SI unit of mass is kilogram. It is joule per kilogram. And symbolically, it is written as
Joules per kilogram, joules minus 1.
kg raised to the power minus 1. And we have the latent heat of water and ice. Both are given. Let me give you the same information. Latent heat of solution of ice is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5. It is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kg. This is latent heat of ice. Don't copy, just observe. Means to convert ice into water or to bring it to liquid form completely, we need this much amount of heat energy. And we can write the meaning like this. First, I'll read the statement. Latent heat of I is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram, which means that the amount of heat required to change the physical state of a substance of ice from of 1 kg from solid to liquid. It is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joules. This much amount of heat is required, and this can also be written as 3,34,000 joules. Hope that you have understood. Once I repeat, the amount of heat required to change 1 kg of ice to water is 3,34,000 joules. Understood? Similarly, if water is given, we can convert that into vapor.
Water vapor.
If all the amount of water needs to be converted into vapor, we need some amount of heat. So let us come to know that through latent heat of water. That latent heat of water, it is 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. The meaning of this statement is the amount of heat required to convert 1 kg of water into steam completely without raising the temperature. It is 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joules, which means that it is 22. Here 5 is there. It is 22,50,000 joules of heat energy is required. Followed? Then after that,
Yes,
we
sir.
come across the types of latent heat. How many types are there?
Two types.
Two
Two
types.
types.
One is
Latent heat of fusion, latent heat of
heat of
vaporization.
melting or fusion. And second one is latent heat of vaporization.
Vaporization.
Very simple definitions of these two. Latent heat of fusion is the quantity of heat required to change the physical state of a substance of 1 kg from solid to liquid at its boiling point. It's called latent heat of melting or fusion. Next, vaporization. The amount of heat required to change the physical state of a substance of 1 kg from liquid to gas at its boiling point, right? Previous one, it is at melting point, and this is at boiling point. So at its melting point or boiling point, there will be no change in the temperature. Temperature remains constant. The extra amount of heat that we are providing is used for converting the state, converting the matter from one state to another state. Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. Understood? Okay. Sanvi? Yes. Okay. Now let me give you the information regarding latent heat. Right. Yesterday you had written only definition. Huh?
Formula also, sir.
Formula now I am giving. Right.
No, sir, formula last you have scratched that formula.
Latent heat definition was over. Then now I am going to give you the formula. Right. Please go on writing with me. Latent heat is equal to quantity of heat divided by mass of a substance. Mass of a substance. Then symbolic representation. Latent heat is denoted by the symbol L. Quantity of heat is denoted by the symbol Q. Mass of a substance is denoted by the symbol M. L is equal to Q by M. Then right. Next slide again. It is SI unit of latent heat. SI unit of latent heat. This is right. Joule per kilogram. Joule per kilogram. Let it be in inverted comma and write its symbolic form.
Sir, yesterday you wrote kilogram per joule.
That one, yesterday only I told you to strike out that one. Is it not? So this is correct one. It is joule per kilogram. We can write J bar kg or J kg inverse. Right. Examples for latent heat of latent heat. Examples. That first one. Latent heat of ice. Latent heat of ice is it is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. Take second example. It is latent heat of water. Latent heat of water. This is 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. Written up. Next. Right. Meaning. Meaning of. Meaning of. In that. First one. Latent heat of ice is equal to 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. It means the amount of heat required. The amount of heat required to change 1 kg of ice to water.
For example, first one, last one, not saying, sir, not saying.
Example here, latent heat of water is 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. And here we are writing the meaning of latent heat of ice. It is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. Means the amount of heat required to change 1 kg of ice to water without rising its temperature. Nothing but at its melting point. Without rising the temperature. It is 3.34 into 10 raised to the power 5 joules. In bracket, right? You can also write it as 3,34,000 joules. Over. Second. Both are very important, meaning can be asked in the examination. Latent heat of water. Latent heat of water is, it is 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joule per kilogram. It means you can also write like this. Okay. 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joules of heat is required to change 1 kg of water to steam without rising its temperature. Both the ways it can be done.
Sir, what is that word, sir? Amount of after, sir.
Amount of heat
Yes.
required. Amount of heat required to change 1 kg of water to steam without rising the temperature. Without rising the temperature. Without rising the temperature. It's called is 22.5 into 10 raised to the power 5 joules. This can also be written as 22 lakh 50,000 joules.
Sir, it's blurred. Yes, sir, it is blurred.
No, sir, it is
No,
clear,
sir,
sir.
it is correct.
Okay, let it be. Prashant sir is there, nothing to worry. Over. Now we are moving to the next concept of this chapter. Dear students, we have already got information regarding the pressure. Pressure is one of the physical quantity which changes the physical state of a substance. Like
Liquid
gas
to
to
solid.
liquid or liquid to solid.
Gas.
Could you tell how do you define this? How do you define the pressure?
Sir, the force acting in an unit area.
The force acting on unit area of a surface. Whatever the amount of force may be acting on a surface, whatever the area it may be, if it is calculated for 1 unit, then it is called pressure. Are you following? The force
Yes,
acting
sir.
on unit area of a surface is called pressure. Please don't copy, just observe here. And this pressure depends on 2 physical quantities. Could you name them? In the definition only it is
Area
there.
and force. Area and
Area and
force.
force.
Second one is area. Then how do you write the relationship among pressure, force and area?
Sir, pressure is
Pressure
equal
is
to
equal to
force by area.
Good. Pressure is equal to force by area. This is the formula. Could you tell what happens to the pressure as the force acting on unit area increases?
Pressure increases.
Pressure also increases.
No, increases.
Pressure increases.
Here, now I am exerting the force on the surface of the board. ಇಲ್ಲಿ force act ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. If I go on applying the more, if I go on increasing the application of force, then what is the pressure which is built on the surface? Whether it increases or decreases?
Increases.
Increases. Right. As the force decreases, pressure also
Decreases.
How do you relate pressure and force?
Pressure is directly
Pressure is
proportional to
directly
force.
proportional to the force.
Very good. Pressure is directly proportional to force because as force increases, pressure increases. As force decreases, pressure also decreases.
Decrease.
But in terms of area,
Inversely
Listen.
proportional.
wait,
Pressure increases.
listen, just listen. One simple example. Suppose you have a school bag. Nowadays, of course, you have forgotten to use that, but
Yes, sir.
recall how you are using. In that, there will be the strips, right? And the strips will be broad. And if you put some amount, some number of notebooks, you can carry that luggage for a longer distance. If that strips are there, no, they are like a thread. The same amount of luggage is there in your bag. Is it possible to carry that for a long
No,
distance?
sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Higher area, in higher area, force spreads.
No,
Here,
sir.
here.
In
When you
large
go
amount
for
of
using the
area,
bag
pressure
having
spreads.
the thread like a strip or a handle, then there will be more pressure on your shoulder so that you cannot carry that for a longer time. So the reason is the area that is contacted between your shoulder and the wire is less, so that more amount of
Pressure.
force will act. Got it? So as the area decreases, what will be the
Yes.
pressure?
Increases.
Increases.
Increases. Look at it. Here is pressure, here is area. As the area decreases, pressure
Pressure
increases.
Increases.
As the area increases,
Pressure
Decreases.
then how do you relate?
inversely
Inversely
proportional.
proportional.
Inversely proportional.
Inversely proportional. Pressure is inversely proportional to area. Now, one more information. Could you tell the unit that we use to measure pressure?
Pascal.
Pascal.
Pascal. And symbolically it is to be written as just PA. The system of international unit of pressure is Pascal. Even we have another unit also to measure the pressure. Can you tell what is that?
Newton per meter square.
Per meter square.
Newton per meter square.
Very good. It is Newton per meter square. See, when you use the formula, you can come to know that SI unit of force is
Newton.
and area is
Meter square.
meter
Square.
per meter square. And okay, Newton per meter square is nothing but 1 Pascal, right? Then how do you define the Pascal using this formula? How do you define Pascals?
When one Newton of force acts on a one meter area, then the pressure is 1 Pascal.
Very good. Very good. Look here. The pressure that is built on the surface is said to be 1 Pascal. When 1 Newton of force is applied on the surface or on a surface of area, 1 meter square. Clear? Once I'll tell you. When 1 Newton of force is applied on the surface of area, 1 meter square, then the pressure is said to be 1 Pascal. Followed? Then The students, you also know that the pressure exerted by the atmosphere, it is called atmospheric pressure. What is the unit that we go for using measuring the atmospheric pressure?
1,01,000.
It is atmosphere only. That is another unit of pressure. If so, could you tell what is the relationship between Pascal and atmosphere?
Sir,
One atmosphere is equal to 1,01,325
raised to the power 5.
Pascal.
Very good, very good. And we symbolically atmosphere is to be written as ATM. They are written in small letters. You must have capital letter nal bandre. It is automated teller machine agutte. ATM machine agutte. Got it? It is written in small letter, which indicates atmosphere, which is the which is the another unit of pressure. And the relationship between this atmosphere and Pascal is 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01 into 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And even we have already got information regarding how the pressure will affect on changing the matter from
one state to another.
one state to another state. Which is that? That is
Gas.
gas to
Gas to
Solid.
liquid.
as well as liquid to
Solid.
solid.
Liquid to solid.
So that has already been explained. And dear students, there is one chemical substance which is white color and also is solid, and it is extremely cold. And the important characteristic of it is when its pressure is reduced to just 1 atmosphere, immediately it get converted into
Solid carbon
gas
dioxide.
without coming into liquid.
Ice.
You know
Dry
what is the
ice.
substance?
Solid carbon dioxide, dry ice.
Very good. This chemical substance is used for keeping the ice very cold. It is used in deep freezing of the food. This chemical substance is carbon dioxide, solid carbon dioxide, and this solid carbon dioxide is called
Dry ice.
dry ice. Do you know why it is called? Why it is so called?
Sir, it keeps the ice dry.
Yeah, it keeps the ice dry. That's
Ice
why it-
solid, sir. It
dry
keeps
ice.
solid.
Let me tell you that.
Stops the
I
melting
told you
of
one of
ice.
the important characteristic of this is it will not converted into liquid. Directly it gets converted into gas.
Gas.
ಈಗ liquid form ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ we'll call it as wet. ಅಲ್ವಾ? But as when its pressure is reduced to just 1 atmosphere, then it gets converted into gas. So that is why it is called the dry ice. What is the chemical name of dry ice?
Solid carbon dioxide.
Solid carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide. Vera, Chandana. Chandana, can you hear me? Then what is the chemical formula of solid carbon dioxide?
CO2.
CO2.
It is CO2.
Yes, CO2.
Yes, CO2. We'll write it as solid carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide is called dry ice, which is used to, it is white color solid substance and is used for keeping the ice cold, and also it is used in deep freezing of food items. Clear? Then after this we will go for
dry ice
next
hot
chapter.
water it
Before
will be
that,
gaseous.
just go for writing about the pressure. Yesterday, actually, I had given you the question on the pressure in worksheet. Only a few
Yes, sir,
students had
activity.
written it. Actually, this was learnt in 8th standard only. Alva.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pressure only chapter ಇದ್ದದ್ದು. Overall, is it not?
Sir. Sir, when we put the dry ice into hot water, the white color fog will come out.
White color full comes. White color gases like some
Fumes will be coming out.
Yes, sir.
active experiments.
Right. Side ini pressure. Side ini pressure.
Requesting everyone, please turn on your video. Chaitanya sir, sit properly.
Write the definition.
Everyone turn on your video. This is the last call.
The force acting on unit area of a surface is called pressure or force per unit area. Force per unit area is pressure. That's the formula of pressure, right? Formula, it is pressure is equal to force divided by area. Then symbolically it is written as F is equal to, sorry, P is equal to F by A. Right. Let us write SI unit. SI unit of pressure is, it is Pascal.
Pascal.
In bracket you write PA. Or Newton per meter square. In bracket you may write N M raised to the power minus. Then other unit. Please go
Sir,
on writing.
NM means Newton per mass. Sir, NM
Newton
means
per mass allappa, meter
per
ಅದು.
mass, sir.
Newton, meter raised to the power minus. Other unit, it is atmosphere. In bracket write ATM. Next one. Relationship between atmosphere and Pascal. Side B. Relationship between atmosphere and Pascal. It is 1 atmosphere is equal to 1.01 into 10 raised to the power 5 Pascal. Overall, just
Yes,
numerical problem on this. Numerical problem. Just I'll give you 2 numerical problems in that first one. Right. If 20 Newton of force is applied on the area applied on 5 meter square area. Then find the pressure acting on it.
4 N meter per second square.
Very good. Very simple one. Have you copied? Dhanush HK, have you copied the question? Write that. How much time you want? Pragati, have you copied? KR.
Rachit VC, where you have written, please show it to me. Write neatly, sit properly, don't talk with anyone.
Sir, side please, sir.
Hope that you have written this. Dear students, this problem is very simple. I've taken the terms directly without any conversions. Once we go through the same, if 20 Newton of force is applied on 5 meter square area, then we have to find out the pressure acting on that surface. One student already told that,
Sinchana.
sir, it is 4 Pascal. Absolutely, your answer is right. Now let us move with the steps. That's you tell. What is the information given? What does 20 Newton indicate?
Force.
It is 4. We can write F is equal to 20 Newton.
Area
And
equal
what
A is equal.
area.
area? A equal to 5 meter square. Then what we are going to find out?
Pressure.
Pressure.
B
Sir, what
equal
is the meaning
to
of
pressure mass. Then what is the formula used to find out pressure?
Pressure equals force.
F divided
Is
by
equal to force by area.
P is equal to F by A. Copy this.
Sir, F means what, sir?
F is the force, it is 20 Newton.
Okay.
Calculation short form. Then area is 5 meters square. The 20 Newton, here it is 5 meters square. 5 ones are 5, 4. 4 Newton meter square. Newton meter square is Newton per meter square. Is nothing but Pascal. You can also write just 4 PA.
Sir, it is Newton per meter square or Newton meter square?
Newton per meter square.
Sir, side please, sir.
When meter square is taken to the numerator, it becomes -2. M raised to the power -2.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, pressure. Another SI unit, can we write kg per meter per second square?
Once you tell kg
Kg meter per second square.
per meter.
Kg m power -1, sir. S power -2.
Minus F is equal to M into A. It is yeah. Mass is
Kg.
kilogram, acceleration is meter per second square. Can be written kg meter per second square. It is pressure
The relationship between you can't see, sir.
by meters square. Can be written. But this concept has not yet been learned. It is there in the next chapter, force and laws of motion. And ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾನು explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Have you written?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
One more simple statement.
Sir.
Right.
Ranjan or Pisale? Ranjan or Pisale? Camera down. Camera down. Ah, enough.
Right.
You have to sit like this.
Force is to be applied on the surface of 20 centimeters square. 20 centimeters square to build the pressure of 60 to build the pressure of 10 Pascal. Hope you have understood the statement.
Yes, sir.
2.4.
Yes, sir.
200. We have to find the force.
200 newtons, sir.
Sir, 200 newtons, sir, force is.
Once you go through the statement, here the question is, what amount of force is to be applied on a surface of 20 centimeters square to build the pressure of 10 Pascal?
Sir, 200 newtons.
200 Newton.
You are going to find out the
200.
force. Yes, yes. 1 minute. Force to find out part. The given area is 20 centimeters square. A equal to 20 centimeters square. But we all know that SI unit of area is meter square.
Meter.
Into meter square. So 20 into 1 centimeter equal to how many
100.
meters?
100.
1 by 100 meter. See that 1 by 100 meter whole square. We all know that 100 centimeter equal to 1 meter. Then 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100 meter. 1 centimeter, in place of 1 centimeter, I have written 1 by 100 meter whole square. This is equal to 20 into, this is written as 1 by 100 into 1 by 100 because whole square is there. Then meter square.
0, 0 cancel.
1 0 1 0 get cancelled.
2 by 1000.
1 dot 5 is on. It is 1 by 500 meter square. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then
Sir, why we take 100 into 100?
here whole
Centimeter
square
square.
is there. 1 by 100 whole square andre 1 by 100 into 1 by 100. It is nothing but 1 by 10,000. I have written 100 into 100 to make the calculation simple. Next,
In
pressure is
calculation,
given.
we should always
P is
take
equal
SI
to
units.
10 Pascal. It has been converted into SI unit because pressure is given in SI unit only. Next, you are going to find out force. F equal to question.
Sir, how it came 10 Pascal, sir?
0.02
Sir,
Newton.
how it came 10 Pascal?
0.02 Newton, sir.
You're all right. Calculation part. We know that pressure is equal to force by area. Where pressure has been given, it is 10 Pascal. Force is unknown. Area, this is
1 by 500.
500. And this can be written as 10 is equal to F into, take the reciprocal. It will be 500 by 1. Then this is 10 by 500 is equal to F. 0, 0 get cancelled.
0.02
1 by 50.
1 by
50.
50. 1 by 50 andre it is
0.02.
0.02.
0 point. See that 1 by 50, 0 point. Here 0 will take. Again, it is not possible to divide. Put 0, it will be 100.
2.
0.02. What is the unit?
Newton.
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 Just 20 centimeters square area. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Almost area 4.5, 4.5 ಈ ರೀತಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ only this much area will be. On this, to build a pressure of 10 Pascal, what amount of force has to be applied? So this is the force to be applied. Right, the conclusion. Therefore, the force applied, the force are required. Therefore, the force required is 0.02 Newton.
Sir, we have to see just Newton or Newtons, sir.
Newton. Only Newton. Finished up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are moving to next important concept. Let me go for rubbing it. Gaurav, shall I rub it? Dear students, listen to me carefully. Now I am going to give you the situation just to think over them. And these situations are also very familiar to you. Suppose you take some amount of petrol on your hand, just a few drops. How do you feel?
Very cool, sir.
Feel warm, cold, hot,
Cold.
hot, cold, right?
Yes,
Have you ever thought why it happens so?
sir.
Don't know. Okay, let it. Then
It vapors, sir.
give you another situation. You have taken some amount of water in a bowl and place it on the terrace. Don't disturb it for a day.
Yes.
It will
Day or
evaporate.
2 days.
Sir, it will evaporate. It will evaporate.
Just go and observe that bowl.
Evaporated.
Whether water disappear or water will be present.
It will
Disappear, sir.
disappear.
Vaporized.
Yes, sir.
And
Somewhat
similarly,
will-
when you keep the cloths for drying, the wet cloths are to be kept for drying, and after some time only it get dried. Do you know, in all these cases, one phenomenon
Evaporation.
Vaporization.
vaporization, evaporation. Okay, dear students, you know that when some amount of water is taken in the bowl and is kept for a day or 2 days, after that the water get disappear. That means you said that it has evaporated, right?
Yes.
Here, actually, during the vapor means here the liquid is converted into gas. But if the liquid has to be converted into gas, it should come to boiling point, no?
Gas is converted
Boiling
into
point.
solid.
Sir, air absorbed.
Yeah, this is the one of the process.
It gets
Liquid is converted into gas without coming into boiling.
Oil.
Got it? And we call this particular process as
Evaporation.
evaporation.
operation.
There is a difference between vaporization and evaporation. And we define the vaporization as it is the process of change of physical state of a substance from liquid to gas
Gas.
on heating, right? Is called vaporization. But this evaporation, here also conversion from liquid to gas takes place, but without reaching its boiling point. In vaporization, if the liquid has to be converted into gas, it has to reach boiling point. When it reaches the boiling point, then there will be no change in the temperature and the remaining heat is used for converting it into gas. But here, in case of evaporation, it doesn't happen. Got it? So this is the evaporation. Once I tell you, the process of change of physical state of a substance from liquid to gas without the liquid reaching its boiling point is called evaporation. You can also come across some of the situation. Suppose you have taken a cup of hot tea, right? And if it is leave it for some time, what happens? What happens?
Vapors.
Vapors come out.
Its hardness gets reduced. Why? Yakantandre, this will be evaporating.
Evaporating.
We are not at all to cool this heat, this tea. We are not at all providing the heat. We are not at all making it to reach its boiling point. Without reaching its boiling point, it gets converted into gas, and we call that process as
Evaporation.
And this evaporation depends on some factors. Now, let us come to know what are the factors on which evaporation takes place. Don't copy anything, just observe. Factors on which evaporation depends. Factors on which evaporation depends.
Temperature.
One by one. Already some of you are telling that.
Temperature.
Temperature.
Surface area, humidity.
Surface area.
Humidity.
Very good.
Humidity. Wind
Humidity.
speed.
Very good.
Humidity, wind speed.
Wind speed.
Wind speed.
Wind speed.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Air present in surroundings.
Listen to me. Some of you have already told you. I'm going to use the same. One student said that it depends on the free
Temperature.
surface area of the liquid. Suppose, okay, there is a cup of tea again. Then, to reduce its hardness, what will do? You may go for
Blow the air.
transferring that to
A plate.
a passer, right? And if we is transferred to this, look here, the liquid gets more space for evaporation. Understood? So this rate of evaporation depends on the free surface area of the liquid. Not only Prithvi, observe it. This is the first factor. Surface area of the liquid. But how it depends on the surface area of the liquid?
It should be broad.
Inversely proportional.
What will be the rate of evaporation takes place as the surface area increases?
Rate
Rate
of
of
Evaporation also increases.
Sir, it gets more sunlight,
directly
more
proportional.
heat.
Directly proportional.
Increases.
Directly
Sanjana, what do you say? Sanjana ji.
Sir, when it is more
The
water.
rate of
it is
evaporation
Wait.
directly proportional
Rate
to
of
surface
evaporation
area.
is directly proportional to the.
Just look here.
Directly proportional.
We are going to take hot water in 3 different containers. One is like a test tube. And second one is a glass cup. Third one is a tumbler or else, let us say plate. In all this, hot water is taken. In which of these water gets evaporated faster?
Tumbler.
Plate.
In plate.
Plate.
Area is more. I'm comparing with this. The free surface area of the liquid is more in plate. I'm comparing with test tube and this cup. Here, you said that the area is more, so that the rate of evaporation is increasing.
Increased.
Right? So, as the free surface area of the liquid increases, rate of evaporation also increases. As the area decreases,
Direct proportion.
rate of evaporation
Decreases.
also decreases. Then how they are related to each other?
Directly proportional.
Directly proportional.
Directly proportional.
Okay. Directly proportional, right? Because I'll write that in. Rate of evaporation is directly proportional to free surface area of the liquid, or just surface area of the liquid. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now, look here. Next, observe here. I'm going to take 3 beakers. And let us name these 3 beakers as A, B, and C. Here, in all the 3, we are taking the same amount of water. In beaker A, we have taken normal water. And beaker B, here we have taken warm water. And in beaker C, we have taken hot water. Could you tell in which of these 3 water get evaporated faster?
Hot water.
C. Water C.
In beaker C.
Beaker C.
Hot
What will be the
water.
reason?
Because
Very good. Its temperature is more. The normal water, it is at room temperature, around 25 degrees Celsius. And warm water is about 50 degrees Celsius. Hot water is
100.
about
100 degrees Celsius.
or 95 degrees Celsius. In these 3, the water gets evaporated faster in C because its temperature is
More.
high. So from this we can come to know that rate of evaporation depends on one of the physical quantity. What is that?
temperature.
Temperature.
How it depends on temperature?
Directly proportional.
Directly proportional.
As the temperature increases, rate of evaporation increases.
Decrease.
As it decreases, rate of evaporation also
Decrease.
directly proportional. So here I'll write. Second one is it is temperature of the liquid.
Sir, we should write.
Don't write. Afterwards, I'll give you the points. First observe. Here I'll write. Rate of evaporation is directly proportional to temperature. Next, Third one.
We have to write, sir.
Humidity.
Humidity.
Humidity. What you have understood? Oh, the climate of atmosphere. This climate
The
depends
amount of water content in
Sir,
atmosphere.
the amount of moisture
Sir, yeah.
content in the air.
the amount
Humidity.
of water vapor present in the atmosphere, that is called humidity.
Humidity.
Then how this rate of evaporation is affected by humidity?
The rate of evaporation
Proportional.
If the humidity
decreases.
increases, the rate of evaporation decreases.
Evaporation is inversely proportional to humidity.
Inversely proportional.
Inversely proportional to humidity.
Wait. I'll go for taking 3 sessions. Early morning. Second one is afternoon. Then
Evening.
evening.
Afternoon
morning.
Afternoon,
Yeah.
the
Wait,
rate of
Afternoon, sir.
evaporation is more.
Note,
Because
you said
rate
that
of evaporation.
the amount of water vapors present in the atmosphere is same in all the 3 sessions.
Afternoon.
No,
No,
sir,
sir.
no, sir.
No,
In
sir.
afternoon it is more. In afternoon it is more.
It
In which
differs,
of
sir.
these 3? In which of these 3? The atmosphere contains more amount of water vapors.
Afternoon.
Early morning.
Afternoon.
Early morning.
Evening, sir.
Early morning, sir.
Very good.
Early morning.
morning.
Listen to me. You are giving all the 3 options. Some of you are telling early morning, afternoon, and some of you are telling
Early
evening.
morning, sir.
Now choice is
Early
why?
morning.
Early morning.
Usually
Early
some
morning.
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon,
feel
sir.
little bit
Early morning,
shivering.
sir.
Early morning.
Reason is
Afternoon,
in
sir.
the atmosphere,
Afternoon.
more amount of water particles will be present. That means it is
Early.
early morning, the humidity will be more.
More.
All right, maximum. Whereas evening also a little bit cool. It is because
Minimum.
of the water vapor present in the atmosphere. Let us assume this as
Minimum.
Moderate.
Whereas in afternoon,
Least.
Least.
Please.
amount of water vapors. Now,
Also, humidity is present.
listen, you all know that when wet cloths are kept for drying, if you want to keep that for drying, which of these 3 sessions will be?
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Afternoon and evening.
ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ here humidity is less. ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Got it? So we know that when that is the wet cloths kept for drying, they get dried, the wet cloths get dried, it is because of the evaporation. And for that evaporation, you are choosing the afternoon session because humidity is less. So as the humidity is less, then rate of evaporation will be more.
More.
Are you following?
Inversely proportional.
Yes, sir.
One secondly, rate of evaporation and humidity. As the humidity increases,
Rate of
Rate of evaporation
Evaporation
decreases.
decreases.
Increases.
Inverse proportion.
decreases. Rate of evaporation
Increases.
Inversely proportional.
Inversely
Inverse.
proportional.
This is third one is humidity. Rate of evaporation depends on humidity. It is rate of evaporation is directly proportional, inversely proportional to humidity. Worry for
Humidity.
nothing to worry for that. Next, listen. Listen, if you it is you know that your mother find it very difficult to keep the wet cloths for drying during rainy season. But
Yes,
in
sir.
spite of that, she will she will go for keeping those wet cloths for drying when there is more wind. Have you observed that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, wind will take off the
Wind
water.
absorb the water.
Wonderful, eh? Isn't it? You know that moving air, this is called wind.
Wind will absorb
When
the
the wet
wind.
cloths are kept for drying, these air particles will carry the water particles present in the wet
Cloths.
cloth. So cloths get dried. And here also the rate of evaporation is taking place. Which factor
Direct
is
proportion.
responsible?
Directly proportional.
No, no. Which factor is responsible?
Wind speed.
Wind speed. Wind speed.
Wind speed.
As the wind speed increases,
Rate of
Evaporation increases.
evaporation increases.
also increases. As
Increases.
wind speed decreases, rate of
Rate of
evaporation
evaporation too
Decreases.
Increases directly proportional.
Directly
rate of
proportional.
evaporation is directly proportional to wind speed.
Wind
So
speed.
these are the 4 important factors on which rate of evaporation depends. Important question. ನಿಮಗೆ exam ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ.
Yes, sir.
Define evaporation. Second one. Second sub question ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. What are the factors on which rate of evaporation depends? Third sub question. How? Got it? Definition is the process of change of physical state of a substance from liquid to gas without liquid reaching its boiling point. Got it? Next factors: surface area, temperature, humidity, and wind speed. How? You have to write as the surface area of the liquid increases, rate of evaporation also increases.
Increases.
Is directly proportional to A.
E.
Next, as the temperature increases, rate of evaporation increases.
Increases.
Is directly proportional to T. As the humidity increases, rate of evaporation decreases.
Decreases.
Inversely proportional.
Inversely
Next,
proportional to.
then as the wind speed increases, rate of evaporation also increases. Is directly proportional to B. Could you tell for how much marks you can expect this?
3 marks.
3 marks.
3 marks.
2 marks.
2 marks. 4
4
marks.
marks.
2 marks.
1 mark for definition, 1 mark for definition, and for
4
factors.
marks.
For factors, 1
Marks.
mark. Then how they depend on the explain for that each half marks, half plus half plus half plus half. It is 2 marks. 1 plus 1 plus 2. In the examination ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 5 marks questions ಇರುತ್ತೆ actually in science. Okay. Now you write the side heading evaporation.
Sir, that solid carbon dioxide, that means
Wait. What was the last point you had written?
pressure sample problem 2, sir.
Sir, the force
What are
required.
the amount of force we apply?
Now you write about dry ice first. Dry ice ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ towards you can come. Right. Dry ice. What is the chemical name?
Solid carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Yes, sir, CO2.
Right. Dry ice is a solid carbon dioxide. Dry ice is a solid carbon dioxide. In bracket you write CO. What is its color?
White, sir. White, sir.
It is white. It is white solid substance. Whether it is cold or hot.
Very cold.
Extremely cold, very cold. Right. It is extremely cold. And we know that it is stored under high pressure, right?
Yes, sir.
Because, yeah, reasonable. Because when its pressure is reduced to 1 atmosphere, then it gets directly converted to gas directly. Right, next. It is
Sir, what is the
to
second point, sir?
deep freeze the food and to keep ice cream cold. To keep ice cream cold. Enough.
Yes, sir.
Sir, third point, what is, sir, what is the third point?
What is that means? Which is that?
Sir, third point. Third point.
Third point. It is extremely cold. Next, it is stored under high pressure because when its pressure is reduced to 1 atmosphere, then it gets converted to gas directly without melting. It is used to deep freeze the food and to keep ice cream cold. Now, give you the information regarding evaporation. Right. Side heading. Evaporation, important concept. Many exams they have given the questions on evaporation. Right. Evaporation. Evaporation. What is that? The process of change of physical state of a substance from liquid to gas without liquid reaching its boiling point. Right. Perfect. The process of change of physical state of a substance. Lakshmi Shri, have you written? The process of change of physical state of a substance. Physical state of a substance from liquid to gas. Liquid to gas without liquid reaching its boiling point is called evaporation. Now you tell whether, see, listen to me. Listen to me. Here, tea, assume that tea is being prepared by providing the heat. And here, a cup of tea is taken, which is getting evaporated. In which of these two, a characteristic sound can be heard?
First, sir.
Boiling or evaporation?
First, sir, first.
Boiling.
First.
But evaporation, there will be no sound at all, but it will keep on taking place.
Yes,
So it
sir.
is very silent process. Then boiling?
Violent process.
Violent process.
Don't say violent process.
Just a
It
little
is
bit.
associated with
Sound
characteristic
process.
sound. The difference is very big. You can just write one point here. It is a silent process. Yadu?
Evaporation.
Idiot fellow, evaporation. Right now, it is a silent process. Listen. Okay. We know that here liquid is getting converted into gas.
Gas.
Boiling point. When the boiling process is taking place, whether temperature remains same or will be vary.
After
When
reaching
the
the
water is being boiled,
After reaching
remains same. Uncle,
remains.
in evaporation, whether
sir, it
it will be
decreases.
very, particularly boiling takes place at particular temperature, specific temperature. Evaporation takes place at all temperature. Ado warm agidru kuda evaporation agta irutte, hot agidru evaporation agutte, very hot idru kuda evaporation agutte. So from this we can come to know that evaporation takes place at all temperatures. Right? It takes place. It takes place at all the temperature. At all the temperature. Next. Listen, Chetan, Jakno, Kirtan Raj Jakno. Look here. Just imagine the boiling process. The bubbles are formed, right? In case of boiling process. Whether these bubbles are on the surface of water or else in all the regions of the water.
All the
All regions of water.
That is why boiling is called bulk phenomena. Boiling takes place in all the regions of the liquid. Bubbles and it is called bulk phenomena. But evaporation, can you see the evaporation inside the liquid? Only on the surface.
Surface area.
Upper layer of water.
Very good. Somebody told.
Surface.
Upper layer.
Upper layer of the water.
Boiling takes place in all the regions. Therefore, it is bulk
phenomena.
It takes place on the surface of the
Surface
liquid. Therefore, it is called
Surface phenomena.
Surface phenomena.
examiner ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Why is evaporation called surface phenomena? You have to write because it takes place only on the surface of the liquid. Right?
So we can also write the upper in the upper layer.
It is a surface phenomena. as it takes place only on the surface of the liquid. Surface of the liquid. As it takes place only on the surface of the liquid. Like that, many points are there. Differences are very when we are discussing about the differences between boiling and evaporation. Now you're right. Side reading. 3 minutes. Factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. Rate of evaporation depends. Sai Gaurav, tell the first factor.
Surface area of liquid.
Temperature.
Again, surface
Temperature.
area of the liquid, right? Surface area of the liquid. In bracket, I write the surface area as A. How it depends?
Directly proportional.
Directly
proportional.
Rate of evaporation as E. E enter partner. So E is directly proportional to A. Second.
Temperature of the liquid.
Very good. Temperature of the liquid. Temperature of the liquid. In bracket I write T. Then E is directly proportional to T. Third one.
Humidity.
Humidity.
Inversely proportional.
In bracket I'll write
Inversely proportional.
E. Inversely or directly?
Inversely
Inversely.
proportional.
Inversely proportional to humidity. Fourth one.
Wind speed.
Wind speed. Right. Wind speed. In bracket you write the symbolic representation V. Velocity, speed, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು V ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ
Sir, what is the first one factor of on which the rate of the
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಕಣ? We are already in fourth.
sir?
ಪೃಥ್ವಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯಾವುದು? ಪೃಥ್ವಿ
Sir, first heading, sir. Heading.
ಈಗ
Last word. Last word.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾವು. Factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. DEPENDS. Wind speed directly or inversely?
Directly, sir.
proportional.
Directly, sir.
After this, you may write humidity. What is humidity?
The amount of
Amount of moisture
content in
content.
the air.
the moisture present.
Water vapor present in
The water vapor
Moisture
present in the air.
Water vapors present in the atmosphere is called humidity, right?
Yes.
Amount of water vapors in the atmosphere. The atmosphere is called humidity. Then what is wind?
moving air is called wind, sir.
Moving air is called wind. Moving air. Moving air is Yes, now it is time up. Hope that you have finished.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let me tell you tomorrow's timing. Tomorrow's timing, as usual, from 7:45 to 9 o'clock. 7:45 to
Question.
9. And the syllabus, I think in the last book we have given on characteristics of particles of matter, alwa?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The Google form you gave, can you please send? You didn't give it.
Sir, please say, sir.
Wait. Okay, let me tell you. From the characteristics of particles of matter, from there till the concept called wind. Got it? Once I repeat the test syllabus, from the properties of, from the characteristics of particles of matter up to this side heading, wind. And tomorrow's test timing, it is from
Finish, sir.
7:45 to 9 o'clock. March 25. Okay.
Sir,
Yes,
last
sir.
is key answer, sir.
Huh? Yeah, will be sent. This
Sir.
week I could not get to write that.
Yeah, just with Google.
Definitely it will be sent. Just listen to me. And the students who are having the periodic test, if your school is going to conduct the periodic test, so you can just know the syllabus and just let me know that syllabus. You can share that syllabus. After that, from Monday onwards, I'll be available in the evening from 6 to 7:30.
Yes,
6
sir.
to 7:30. You can come for doubt clarification.
Motion.
But before
Sir.
coming to doubt clarification class, you need to take my permission. You have to message me.
Okay.
Yeah. With this, let us stop the class.
Sir,
Very much.
thank you, sir.